Hey guys, it's Sarah, and today we're going to talk about my most anticipated releases for the rest of this year. This is for the fall season. This is going to be October, November, December. Yes, winter doesn't officially start until towards the end of December. So I'm going to talk about all the releases for the next 3 months, and there's not a lot, not gonna lie. There's been a couple of months that were real heavy with a lot of really good releases. I'm going to say April and August were really big for what I was anticipating. But for the rest of this year, there's not a whole lot, but there's a few. Okay, so the first one comes out on October 4th, and that is Station Eternity by Muir Lafferty. And this one is a science fiction, and it's like a whodunit science fiction. So we are following our woman Mallory, and she's getting a little bit of a reputation for death being around her all the time. So there are a lot of homicides happening, and she somehow ends up in the middle of all of them. So people are starting to be like, we're good. Not good things are happening around you all the time. We're okay. So she's kind of getting this reputation for it. And she decides, she gets this opportunity to take refuge on a sentient space station, in outer space. So where humans are able to inhabit other planets. So she gets this opportunity to do that. And she's like, you know what? I'm going to take it because I don't have any friends. Nobody loves me. People are avoiding me at all costs because of all this homicide happening around me all the time. They think I have something to do with it. So I'm just going to go and hang out with the aliens, and it'll be a great time. And no one has to judge me. So she does this. However, not too long after she gets there, other humans start showing up as well. And so now she's like, great, things are going to start happening. And sure enough, they sure do. So it's kind of like an extraterrestrial whodunit type thing happening. And it sounds like it's going to be funny and interesting. And I definitely want more sci-fi in my life. So I'm definitely going to be picking this one up. Okay, the next one comes out October 11th, and it's called The Holokind by Andy Davidson. I've actually pre-ordered this one. This one sounds fantastic. So this one is about a woman who is married and is in an abusive relationship. So her husband is physically abusing her. And she ends up finding out that her grandfather has passed away and has left her his estate. So she's taking this as an opportunity to escape her very abusive marriage. So she takes her 11-year-old son and she flees and goes to inherit this house. When she gets there, she realizes it's actually kind of a dilapidated farm. More of that, less of a house. But she's still looking at it as an opportunity to start over. And so she's going to take that opportunity, and she's excited about it. However, her son is really noticing some strange things happening. There's weird markings on the walls. He hears strange whispers at night. The woods surrounding the farm are really quiet, very eerily so. And just things are not right. And he feels less safe at this farm than he did in an abusive household. So I think it's going to be kind of a haunted type thing. And I'm really excited. But this is an author I've never read from before. There's a little bit of a degree of separation from people who know him to me as well. So I have a friend of a friend of a friend who knows his wife. It's a whole thing. So I was excited to check this out. And as soon as I read the synopsis, I went ahead and pre-ordered it. So I'm excited to read that one. Okay, the next one in October is also one that I pre-ordered it real quick. And that is It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. This comes out on the 18th of October. This is the sequel to It Ends With Us, which has been my favorite Colleen Hoover since I read it. I absolutely loved that book. Deals with domestic abuse very heavily. So that is the premise of the first book. And in the second one, we are seeing Lily, our main character, start into a new relationship with someone from her past. However, she and her ex-husband, who was her abuser, they still have a relationship because they have a child. So he's very much still part of her life. And so you're seeing what's going to happen as she moves on to another relationship and how that's going to go as far as her ex-husband is involved in her life as well. So I'm so excited to read this one. And this one does change perspectives between Lily and Alice. So you're getting both perspectives from both of these two people. So definitely excited for that one. Okay, the next one comes out November 1st, and that is Paris Dalencourt is About to Crumble by Alexis Hall. This is the second book in the Winner Bakes All book series, and the first one was Rosalind Palmer Takes the Cake, and I really enjoyed that one. And so I'm excited to read the second one as well. So this is set on a British baking show. It's like a reality show, like kind of Great British Bake Off. And so this is following season 2 of that show. The first one was season 1, literally. And so this is season 2. So these are new characters, whole new season, like so much fun. I love the premise of this. So we are following a man named Paris, and he is really down on his luck. He's not confident at all in himself. He feels like he screws everything up, and he just feels like a hot mess. And then his roommate enters him into this baking competition. He gets in, and he does better than he was expecting to do. He was expecting to be the first one sent home. And while he's there, he meets a fellow contestant named Tariq, and they start a romance on set as well. All the while, Paris is still feeling like he's just an epic screw up, and it seems that some of the public is tending to agree with him now, so that's not helping his self-confidence. So we'll see how all that goes, but so much fun. I love Alexis's writing, and I just can't wait to read this next one. Okay, this next one, guys. All right, so November 1st, The Prisoner by B.A. Paris comes out. I have an interesting history with B.A. Paris. I loved Behind Closed Doors by her. Still love that book. Everything I've read after that has not been as great, even though I think I gave them really high ratings. And I don't know if I was just on a high from her and I gave books higher ratings than they probably deserved, or maybe it's just over time I kind of realized they weren't all that great. I think that's more of the case. But when I read them, I think I gave them 5 stars. I would not give them 5 stars if I were rating them today. I'll say that. Behind Closed Doors, I still would. So I was trying to figure out if I actually do like B.A. Paris or if just her first one was it for me. But I need to read more to actually be able to make that decision, because I still feel like there's so much potential in there with her that I think she could really make me like a book again. This could be it. This seems more in the vein of Behind Closed Doors than any of her other ones have been. So this one follows a woman who has pretty much spent her whole life making her own way, and she ends up marrying a billionaire. And so she's just kind of like living her life, right? One day she wakes up in a pitch black room and she has no idea where she is. She doesn't know what happened. I think it comes to light that she was taken by somebody. She doesn't know who her captors are. She doesn't know why she was taken. And over time, she starts feeling more safe with her captors than she did with her husband. And I want to know why. So this all sounds much more Behind Closed Doors than any of her other books have. So I'm ready to read this. I actually already have an arc of it on NetGalley. So I need to give her another shot. I need to give her another try, see what I think, and see if I can still like B.A. Paris. So I think this is going to be the one that's going to help me make that decision. All right, coming out December 6th, The Circus Train by Amita Parikh. So this one is a World War II historical fiction. We're following a young girl named Lena. Her father is the head illusionist in this circus. And she never really quite feels that she fits in her surroundings. She is very fascinated by science and medicine, especially since she herself is in a wheelchair. So she wants to learn more about, these types of things. She ends up making friends with somebody who works as an apprentice to her father, a young boy. His name is Alexander. And over the years, they start to develop more than a friendship. And they end up getting torn apart when her father and Alexander are ordered by the Nazis to perform for a Jewish colony during World War II. So she's really left by herself. They don't have a choice, and she is trying to figure out how to make her own way and to live without her father, with her every day, and Alexander as well. That's all I'm really getting from the synopsis, so I guess we'll see how it goes, but circuses, yes. Historical, yes. World War II, yes. I'd like to know what all this is about. Okay, and the last one, also coming out December 6th, is actually a reprint of an older title. They are reprinting this and putting it back out in the world, and I'm very happy about that, and that is My Darkest Prayer. This is by S.A. Cosby. This was originally published, I think, in 2019, but they're reprinting it because I think it went out of print. And with the success of Razorblade Tears, they're bringing it back. And I'm really happy about that because I do plan to pick this one up. So this one follows a man named Nathan. He is a former Marine. He has a reputation around a very small southern town that he lives in that he can help with bodies, basically, and maybe even help solve crimes. He just has a lot of skill sets that he could use in that. He's actually working in the funeral home. And he's been someone that the townspeople kind of know that they can go to when they need some help if they feel like all other avenues have been explored. So he's kind of like almost last resort type person, but he can help people out. And he is approached when a young pastor shows up dead, and his parishioners are thinking that the police are dragging their feet on the investigation and it's not really going anywhere. And so they go to Nathan for help. And so he's thinking this will be an easy payday for me. No problem. We'll figure it out. But there ends up being a whole lot that he's not prepared for. So it's going to involve a whole bunch of different types of people, and I'm here for it, guys. I want to read this and see what it's about. I really loved Razorblade Tears, and I want to read more from this author, so I'm definitely excited to get my hands on this one. Okay, guys, that is it. That's not a whole lot for the rest of the year, to be honest. I think it's just, that's what I'm interested in. I took a look around. There's some things coming out, but, some of the stuff coming out is like by authors who I'm either just not interested in reading, or I'm not completely sold on them, or whatever. So yeah, I don't know, but these are the ones that really caught my eye that I'm eager to get my hands on for the rest of the year. So, and some of them I've already pre-ordered and I'm ready to go. Let me know your thoughts down below. What is coming out for the rest of the year that you're really excited about? I'd really like to know that, to see what you're looking forward to. And I will see you guys again soon. Hope you have a great day. Bye.